we got to get on to climate change, please. You both have very different visions on climate change.
Look at China, how filthy it is. Look at Russia. Look at India. It's filthy. The air is filthy. The Paris Accord, I took us out because we were going to have to spend trillions of dollars, and we were treated very unfairly. When they put us in there, they did us a great disservice. They were going to take away our businesses. I will not sacrifice tens of millions of jobs, thousands and thousands of companies because of the Paris Accord. It was so unfair. China doesn't kick in until 2030. Russia goes back to a low standard, and we kicked in right away. It would have destroyed our businesses. So, you ready? We have done an incredible job environmentally. We have the cleanest air, the cleanest water, and the best carbon emission standards that we've seen in many, many years.
Vice President Biden, 2 minutes to you, uninterrupted.
Global warming is an existential threat to humanity. We have a moral obligation to deal with it. And we're told by all the leading scientists in the world we don't have much time. We're going to pass the point of no return within the next 8 to 10 years. 4 more years of this man eliminating all the regulations that were put in by us to clean up the climate, to limit limit of emissions will put us in a position where we're going to be in real trouble. Here's where we have a great opportunity. I was able to get both all the environmental organizations as well as labor, the people worried about jobs, to support my climate plan. Because what it does, it will create millions of new good-paying jobs.
If you look at what he wants to do, if you look at his plan, his environmental plan, you know who developed it? AOC +3. They know nothing about the climate. I mean, she's got a good line of stuff, but she knows nothing about the climate. And they're all hopping through hoops for AOC +3. They want to spend $100 trillion. That's the real number. He's trying to say it was 6.
I know.
It's $100 trillion. They want to knock down buildings and build new buildings with little, tiny, small windows. I mean, and many other things.
Okay, more questions.
I don't know where he comes from. I don't know where he comes up with these numbers.
Wait.
$100 trillion. Give me a break. This plan is endorsed by every major environmental group and every labor group. Labor, because they know the future lies. The future lies in us being able to breathe, and they know there are good jobs in getting us there. And by the way, the fastest growing industry in America is solar energy and wind. He thinks wind causes cancer. It's the fastest growing jobs, and they pay good prevailing wages, $45, $50 an hour. We can grow and we can be cleaner if we go the route I'm proposing.
We don't need all of these countries that we had to fight war over because we needed their energy. We are energy independent. I know more about wind than you do. It's extremely expensive. Kills all the birds. It's very intermittent. It's got a lot of problems, and they happen to make the windmills in both Germany and China. And the fumes coming up, if you're a believer in carbon emission, the fumes coming up to make these massive windmills is more than anything that we're talking about with natural gas, which is very clean. One other thing.
Find me a scientist
Solar.
said that.
I love solar, but solar doesn't quite have it yet. It's not powerful yet to really run our big, beautiful factories that we need to compete with the world. So It's all a pipe dream. But you know what we'll do? We're going to have the greatest economy in the world. But if you want to kill the economy, get rid of your oil industry. And what about fracking?
All right, let me allow Vice President Biden to respond.
I never said I oppose fracking.
You said it on tape.
I did show the tape. Put it on your website.
I'll put it on.
Put it on the website. The fact of the matter is he's flat lying.
Would you rule out banning fracking?
I do rule out banning fracking because the answer, we need other industries to transition to get to ultimately a complete zero emissions by 2025. What I will do with fracking over time is make sure that we can capture the emissions from the fracking, capture the emissions from gas.
He was against fracking. He said it. I will show that to you tomorrow. I am against fracking. Until he got the nomination, went to Pennsylvania, then he said, but you know what, Pennsylvania? He'll be against it very soon because his party is totally against it.
Fracking on federal land, I said.
Okay, I have one final question.
When he closed down down the oil industry? Would you close down the oil
By the way, I would transition from the oil industry, yes.
Oh,
I will
that's
transition.
a big statement.
It is a big statement.
That's a big
because
statement.
I would stop.
Why would you do that?
Because the oil industry pollutes significantly.
I see.
Here's the deal. But
That's
you
a
can't
big
do that.
statement.
Well, if you let me finish the statement, because it has to be replaced by renewable energy over time. Over time. And I'd stop giving to the oil industry, I'd stop giving them federal subsidies.
We have
That's
one
maybe the
final
biggest
question.
statement in terms of business. That's the biggest statement.
Okay.
Because
We have
basically
one
what he's
final
saying
question,
is he is
Mr.
going to
President.
destroy the oil industry. Will you remember that, Texas? Will you
Okay.
remember that, Pennsylvania, Oklahoma?
Vice President.
He takes everything out of context, but the point is, look, we have to move toward a net zero emissions. The first place to do that by the year 2035 is in energy production, by 2050 totally.
All right. Imagine this is your inauguration day. What will you say in your address to Americans who did not vote for you? You'll each have 1 minute, starting with you, Mr.
We have to make a country totally successful as it was prior to the plague coming in from China. Now we're rebuilding it and we're doing record numbers, 11.4 million jobs in a short period of time, etc. But I will tell you, go back. Before the plague came in, just before, I was getting calls from people that were not normally people that would call me. They wanted to get together. We had the best black unemployment numbers in the history of our country. Hispanic, women, Asian, people with diplomas, with no diplomas, MIT graduates, #1 in the class. Everybody had the best numbers. And you know what? The other side wanted to get together. They wanted to unify. Success is going to bring us together. We are on the road to success. But I'm cutting taxes, and he wants to raise everybody's taxes. He wants to put new regulations on everything. He will kill it. If he gets in, you will have a depression, the likes of which you've never seen. Your 401ks will go to hell, and it'll be a very, very sad day for this country.
All right. Vice President Biden, same question to you. What will you say during your inaugural address to Americans who did not vote for you?
I will say, I'm an American president. I represent all of you, whether you voted for me or against me. And I'm going to make sure that you're represented. I'm going to give you hope. We're going to move. We're going to choose science over fiction. We're going to choose hope over fear. We're going to choose to move forward because we have enormous opportunities to make things better. We can grow this economy. We can deal with the systemic racism. And at the same time, we can make sure that our economy is being run and moved and motivated by clean energy, creating millions of new jobs. And that's the fact. That's what we're going to do. And I'm going to say, as I said at the beginning, what is on the ballot here is the character of this country. Decency, honor, respect, treating people with dignity, making sure that everyone has an even chance. And I'm going to make sure you get that. You haven't been getting it the last 4 years.
Okay, let's go around the horn.
Trump did way better than I thought he would.
No, wait, is that Melania?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she's feeling better?
Oh.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
hasn't
she's
been
not
seen.
contagious, right?
Okay, so Trump did better, but how about Joe? How did Joe do?
Yeah, he did okay.
Did okay. So no, so that's a sort of
He
like.
did better than he did the first time around.
You think so?
First time around, he was sagging energy there.
Yeah, I thought he was losing energy a little
Yeah,
bit, but
yeah,
but he came back at the end. He ended strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
He's not a great debater
no.
by any means.
Right,
I
okay.
would say Trump won.
You would say.
I don't think it's going to move the needle at all.
Okay, yeah, Robin.
Yeah,
What do you say?
I mean, Trump is impressive at times, you know. I mean, he can roll out a bunch of statistics as if he really knows what the issue is. It's kind of amazing. No, you laugh, but how, I mean...
I laugh because it's true.
And also he was an effective bully tonight.
He was because he was
He
more
dialed it
restrained.
back.
He
Yeah,
dialed it back.
yeah,
Dialing it back
yeah,
worked. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I would sort of agree.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! And Diane?
I was stunned. I told you I came into this really looking forward to them using the mute button on him, and they didn't really have to. They didn't have to do that to him.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
He's an adaptable person. Being a chameleon and a sociopath as he is, he is able to adapt to new environments. You know, when people are authentically themselves, they have more trouble adapting to new
Right.
environments.
I think the pressure that he's the underdog now.
Yeah.
The pressure finally got to him. He really kind of reined it in.
Yeah.
If you know, I mean, 4 years ago he felt he had nothing to lose because he didn't really think he was going to win anyway.
Right.
So
Yeah, no, I thought in terms of debate performances, that's probably the best debate performance I've seen him give.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because he was consistent throughout. He hammered a message. I mean, you know, he went a little too heavy on the Joe Biden is corrupt theme.
Got to give some meat to the base.
Yeah. But generally, I would say, yeah, he had a good night.